Hello, how are you? This message is for the YouTubers, for YouTube fans. My name is Will, and I just want to talk to you about stress. Why stress? Why stress happens, and how to manage stress. So, stress is something is unavoidable. It's something that is going to be with us. But how can you manage it? That's the most important thing. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about stress, they don't want to talk about it, but stress will always be there. But how to manage it? To manage it so that it does not mess up your life. So I won't be able to go back to all I've been discussing, but you just watch previous video. So I'm just going to move on to the things that I've not spoken about. So in stress, why it happens is a large hormones or large chemicals in your body, and that chemicals is called cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. So what happens is that whenever you feel threats or a particular challenge or an abuse, loss of job, money crisis, or somebody's trying to intimidate you, you are faced with this challenge. What normally happens is this. These chemicals, they build up in your bloodstream, they build up in your body. And basically what these chemicals are trying to do is to give you the options whether to fight or whether to flight. That is the option it's giving you. And that options is to see, are you willing to fight or are you willing to run? So you make your best judgment based on that. So, and then these are some of the things that happens in stress. It affects you, your blood pressure rises, you start sweating, your muscles tense. All of these things play a part, whether to fight or run. Now, we have two levels of stress. We have what we call acute stress. Then we also have what we call chronic stress. So acute stress could be argument with your partner, argument with your relatives, short issues that needs addressing, or a deadline. So that's acute stress. And usually when you resolve those issues, that stress go back to your normal level of stress. Because as I said earlier on, you cannot avoid stress. The normal level of day-to-day stress, or what do I buy, or the type of food do I cook for my relatives, all of those are stress, but not as intense and acute. And then you have the other level of stress, which is chronic stress. Chronic stress is a constant stress. And we know if you constantly have chronic stress, it develops things like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart rate disease. So all this heart disease, blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, depression, anxiety, mental health disorder, all those are acute stress, all those are chronic stress. So those chronic stress, we know it's not good for you. You got to do something about it. So, we know also chronic stress puts you at a risk of suicide. Chronic stress also puts you at a risk of violent actions, or a heart attack, or a stroke. All these are very, very unhealthy for you. So I'm advising you that you have to look after your health. Your health is so important. And if you don't look after your health, nobody's going to do it for you. And some of the things that can also affect you during this time of stress: lack of money, bereavement, if you lost your loved one, family problems, illness, moving home, relationships, marriages, divorce. All those put you at stress. Even the children, put them at stress. Driving in a heavy traffic can also put you in a stress. Pregnancy or becoming a parent. Fear of crime or problems with neighbors. If your neighbor don't like you, that may increase your stress level. If you are a gossip, if you are the center of gossip from your neighbor, you know some neighbors don't like you because you're on your mission, and people don't usually like people who are in their mission. So they can be bickering and talking about you. So, but this life is not about people, it's about you. And if you are waiting for people to like you, then that means you do not understand the rhythms of life. Everything in life you see has a rhythm. If you are doing something that is moving you forward, you are moving at a certain rhythm. If other people are doing something that is not moving them forward, they are also doing something that is a rhythm. In life, it's two things. It's either you're moving forward or you're moving backwards. So it's either you are developing, growing, moving forward, or you are disintegrating. It's just about life. So who cares whether your neighbor likes you or neighbor don't like you? So but I want to say to you, you look after your health, look after yourself. Make sure you don't find yourself in the acute stress. Try and limit your stress. Very important. And then the chronic stress is the worst one. Because if you are in constant chronic stress, man, that is bad for your health. That is negative. You don't want to do that. Go out for a walk. Cook a nice meal for yourself. If you got children, play with your children. If you got a partner, play with your partner. If you haven't got a partner, life goes on. Play with yourself. Look after yourself. You got to make use of what you've got. Okay? So, tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that can happen and how the doctors, they usually diagnose stress. And then we are going to look at some of the things that we need to do. But stress is normal. Every day, our day-to-day life stress is normal. It's just that we don't want our stress to be on acute stress. Constant arguments, those are acute stress. Constant fighting, those are acute stress. We don't want that. Or chronic stress. Serious poverty issues, lack of money, child abuse, or family abuse, all this stuff. You don't want that. So I want to wish you all the best. My name is Will. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.